was on tonight. Throw that thing from left, right, side to side. Yeah. All my friends are here. Play my favorite song right on top. Yeah. And we never stop. Music bumping, we just keep on rolling. Yeah. No, we never stop. Shake, shake, shake your honey till the morning. Let me hear you say I'm ready. I'm ready. Come on, now slide, slide, slide to the bar. Shine, shine, shine like a star. Let me hear you say I'm ready. I'm ready. Come on, now slide, slide, slide to the bar. Shine, shine, shine like a star. Yeah, that's what I wanna see you slide, slide, slide. That's what I wanna see you shine, shine, shine. Oh, it's on tonight. Throw that thing from left, right, side to side. Yeah, all my friends are here. Play my favorite song right on time. Ooh, and we never stop. Music pumping, we just keep on rolling. No, we never stop. Shake, shake, shake your honey till the morning. Let me hear you say I'm ready. I'm ready. Come on, now slide, slide, slide to the bar. Shine, shine, shine like a star. Let me hear you say I'm ready. I'm ready. Come on, now slide, slide, slide to the bar. Shine, shine, shine like a star. Yeah, I said I wanna see you slide, slide, slide. Yeah, come on now, now, now. I said I wanna see you shine, shine, shine. I wanna see ya. I wanna see you. So let me hear you sigh. I said I wanna see you slide, slide, slide. I said I wanna see you shine, shine, shine. Let me hear you. get to you when you're on the low. Trying to get to you when it's on the line. Had enough, had enough, had enough. Trying to tell you that it's time to give it up. Trying to tell you that you're never gonna shine. It's enough, it's enough, it's enough. But when you're going down, falling to your knees, it's time to believe. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. No matter how it hurts, you're gonna let it bleed. No matter how you feel. Rise up, rise up, rise up. When you've had enough, when the crowd gets rough, gotta stand up straight, gonna rise like a champion. When your cloud goes dark, when you lose your heart, gotta stand up straight, gonna rise like a champion. Cause we all walk to the same beat, and from town to town feel like giving in. Had enough, had enough, had enough. No matter how it hurts, you're gonna let it bleed. No matter how you feel. Rise up, rise up, rise up. When you've had enough, when the crowd gets rough, gotta stand up straight, gonna rise like a champion. When your cloud goes dark, when you lose your heart, gotta stand up straight, gonna rise like a champion. When you're looking for a place to heal in, searching for a rhyme and reason, just stand up, stand up, stand up. We're all gonna take a beating, and I said it was gonna be easy. So rise up, rise up, rise up. When you've had enough, when the crowd gets rough, gotta stand up straight, gonna rise like a champion. When your cloud goes dark, when you lose your heart, gotta stand up straight, gonna rise like a champion.
You stare into my eyes and it makes you wonder, is she the one I'll take home? I stare right back at yours and it makes me wonder, why is he here all alone? I love going out to where the music's too loud and the people surround me.
Friday night, and I'm thinking that we just might. Hello, good evening, sports fans. It's me, Josh Segovia, aka True Texican, aka your boy, aka Goves. Jay Seg, I got a lot of them. I want to welcome you, first and foremost, to a Friday night. I don't think you should leave. I think you should stay, because we have a wonderful show for you tonight. Comedy Sports. Who has been here before? Let's get your right hand, the 6. Let's get your left hand, the 7. And let's throw them in the chat. 6s and 7. That's the way we clap in a digital medium. Digital clapping. Digital clapping. We can't hear you, so we got to see you. Visual, baby. I want to know, this is Comedy Sports. This is comedy that's played like a sport. We have two teams going head to head for your love, laughter, and applause. And one of the ways we measure your sixes and sevens, besides reading them, is I am going to throw a poll into the chat right now. Don't wait for it. Wait for it. No, don't wait for it. No, wait for it. I'm teasing you. There should be a poll in the chat coming up very shortly if this internet is working. Can we see it? Oh, yeah, look at all the sixes and sevens. Oh, I see them. Hi, Missy Sue. Throw the poll if you've been here before, or if you haven't been here before. The great thing about the poll, it's the way that you can control the show. We're going to come to you for suggestions, but we're also going to come to you to pick which comedy reigns supreme. You can also use your channel points, which are bonus points just for hanging out, to vote extra. Put your thumb on the scale. Get that extra money. We need it. You need it. Spend it. Ooh, suggestions. I just talked about those. So what are they? We are doing improv. If you've never seen improv, perfect, because you're going to see a show tonight that is completely made up on the fly that you are going to help direct with your suggestions. So, you could take a thing you give me, like your favorite color, blue, and that's mine. And you can take your favorite sports team of the NFL, the Cowboys, and you can say, Blue Cowboys, run off to the races. But what I want to hear from you, it was officially fall on Wednesday. It's the spooky season coming up. I want to know, what are your favorite active fall activities? What's something that when the leaves start to fall, there's a crisp air. It's something you have to go outside and do, but something physical. And if you've been here before, let's see how that poll. 100% of you have. You know what we might be using these suggestions for. So I want to hear things like apple picking, but something super physical. So let's get those in the chat. Ooh, some good ones. Katie, I like that one. Allie does improv. Ooh, yeah. It's vengeful, but I appreciate it. All right, so let's throw some more fall ones in there. In addition to those, I want to know, if you had a superpower, what superpower would you want? It's got to be something big. It's got to be something bold. And what are you going to do with it? Like, if I had the power of icy cold breath, I would go put out all the forest fires that are hurting our Earth. Climate change is real. See what you can do about it. So let's throw a bunch of those in there. I love them. Ooh. Oh, okay. These are connected. I'm not saying them out loud for no particular reason. These may or may not get used later on. Another things I want to talk about, while you're throwing those suggestions in the chat, is our out of bounds foul and our out of bounds robot. Because everything's made up, because you're making things up as you go along, we don't want anything that's lewd, crude, lascivious. This is an all-ages internet show. So if your 3-year-old happens to stumble upon CSZN and is watching it, they don't have to get their minds exploding. So we have an out-of-bounds foul. There's a robot watching the chat, waiting for anything dirty that you might say, and it's going to bing you. It's going to X you. It's going to make a noise. Once, warning. Twice, ejection. Red card. I'm wearing a soccer jersey. Other than that, below me, there is About CSZN. You can learn all about our theater. You can learn also that you can donate to us. The best way to donate to us is by subscribing. Somebody's giving out gift subscriptions, and I thank them. But you can use your Prime membership if you have that to subscribe. The other thing you can do is you can actually tip the players now. In that same donate section, you can see our player usernames, and you can tip us that way. You don't have to. This is all free. No money. This isn't dirty. You won't like the channel points. You can't put your finger on the scale. Give if you want, but you don't have to. That's the joy of it. All right. Ooh, full body activities. Oh, going forward, this is a little fun thing to know. Fall happened on Wednesday, but you know what's happening tonight, right now, at the Den Theater in Chicago, Illinois? There is a live Comedy Sportz. That's right. We're back in person, baby. So if you wanted to know, if you thought we were funny and you loved watching us on screen, but you wanted to know what we smelled like, come see us in person at the Den Theater. We're going to be there Fridays, Saturdays, some Sundays. Go to cszchicago.com for all your ticket information, or click on the links below. That also means, because we're live, We're starting next weekend. We'll only be having one virtual show on Friday and Saturday night. So it'll be at this time. So get here, enjoy it, and savor it, baby, because you only get one, no desserts. But we will be doing 2 live shows in the theater. So theoretically, you could watch this in the parking lot, turn this off, and then go catch the late show. I'm just saying, you don't have to. And if you want to tip us in person with actual money, you can do that too, but you don't have to. Please don't bring cash. We're a cashless society. I think that's all the business I have to get through. Love your suggestions. Love Streamlabs doing its job. Let's get this show on the road. Is it starting? Did I start it? Let's get ready to chuckle! Boys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, everyone of all ages, we have a wonderful show tonight. And your red team, your challenging team, is the Gurney Six Flags. Leading off for the Gurneys is none other than the one, the only. You love her, you hate her. It is Margaret Quinn Kennedy, aka Meg. In the middle slot, batting second for the Gurneys, none other than the one, the only, no one quite like her, Marilette Martinez. The Gurneys captain and quarterback and first baseman, none other than, you picked him, the one, the uno, Justin Swinson. They are going head-to-head tonight with your own downtown Chicago bosses. In blue, on lead broomstick for the Chicago bosses, we have none other than Carly Cohagen. Is that true? I see. In second broomstick, for the bosses, we have none other than the one, the only, Fiona Stevens. And your head spellcaster for the bosses, none other than the creepy, the wonderful, Natalie Younger. There it is. Nailed it. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. Put your hands together for your referee, Ref Ruff Todd Page.
All right. I love Let's Get Ready to Chuckle, and I love you, and I am ready to chuckle, except for one little thing I have to bring up before we can get this match up and running. That is the technical foul. That is right. Because we were doing this particular match on the internet, there is a very good possibility that our internet may freeze at any moment or something may go wrong. More likely, they'll forget to unmute. If that happens, I will be either removing the player from the scene song or game or deducting 2 points, depending on what I feel like doing at that time.
Fair.
That's pretty much everything everyone needs to know to get this up and running. So let's do some comedy sports. Let's get our captains to the screen. Hello, captains.
Good evening, Todd.
Greetings.
Good. Hello. Express kindness towards each other.
Hello.
Look,
Right. That was very sportsmanlike. Excellent. All right. So, as we all know, this is a sports match, which means that we need to have a coin toss to get this match up and running. Here is how this coin toss is going to work. I'm going to start with my hand in the beginning of the middle of the screen. I am going to throw out a word. The first person to go will have to say a word that starts with the last letter of that word I said. So if I were to say night, you would have to say a word that starts with T, like triceratops, etc. And then, when you say that, my hand will start going towards the other side. And the next person will have to say a word that starts with the end of that word. And so on and so forth. This word ping pong will go until my hand reaches the side of the screen before someone can think of a word, at which point they will lose the coin toss and it'll go to the other team. All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
We're going to start with Justin, and your word that we're going to start with, Justin, is going to be rock.
Kerfuffle.
Elated.
Dog.
Go.
Overboard.
Don't.
Tank.
Team.
Meat.
Take.
Huh?
Elephant.
No.
Operation.
Nincompoop.
Ooh, what does that end with?
Oh, I'm so sorry! Ends with a P. Great try, Captain Justin. Captain Natalie, you took that one home for your team. Unfortunately, you don't get any points, but you do get something much, much better. That's right. You get to choose what game you're going to play in this first head-to-head.
Oh, yes. Me and my team of perfectly normal human women with no extra powers at
Absolutely.
all would like to play I Can Do Better.
All right, please go ahead and screen your teams. They have called the game of I Can Do Better. Here's how this is going to work. We are going to be getting a suggestion for a scene from y'all. So let's do that now, actually. In the chat, could you go ahead and throw, what is an animal that you're not afraid of? You can take that animal. You're not scared at all. Throw that in the chat. An animal you're not scared of. And Josh, you can pick whatever you want from the ones that come in. Here's how this game is going to work. We have these teams up here. We're going to have one of the teams start playing, and using that suggestion, they're going to do a scene. At any point, someone in the opposite team can duck in, raise their hand, and go, I can do better. And then I will hear them out. If I like their thing they can do better, they will take over in that scene. If I don't like it, they won't. At the end of 1.5 minutes on my handy-dandy stopwatch, I will stop it. And whichever team has the most players on screen wins. Excellent. I think we all understand what's going down here. Josh, what's a sago that's really just bringing you joy today?
Okay, it's not just a tortoise, hashtag Go Maryland Go Terps, but a Galapagos tortoise.
A
It's
Galapagos tortoise. Excellent. A great animal to not be afraid of. We will start with the blue team since they won the coin toss. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
Great. Go!
Yes.
I don't think anyone's ever seen this one before.
I've seen it. I just, it takes me a long time to write my notes, and I haven't gotten around.
Justin,
I can be more lost than Carly.
I would love to see it. Go!
Mary?
Mary, did you take notes?
What?
Mary
Yeah?
was studying the animals?
Yeah, about that.
I can do better.
Oh, all right. Madeline, what can you do better?
I can put on mascara better than Natalie.
Oh, I'd love to see you try. There's 1 minute left. Go!
Do you see, the thing was, girls, I was trying to study, but
I can do
I was
better.
out partying.
Natalie, what can you do better?
I can scratch my head more vigorously than Justin.
Oh, right. I'd love to see you try. Go!
All right, we must prepare ourselves to meet these turtles. We'll be able to find out if we can join them in their colony.
I drew a picture of one of them. I felt it would be flattering.
Janessa, it's beautiful.
I can do better.
Meg, what can you do better?
I can offer a table at an Italian restaurant cheese better than Fiona.
All right, please do that. You have 35 seconds left. Go!
Oh, and say when. It's a cheese.
You know what? Also say when. It's not cheap.
Carly, what can you do better?
I can mug to the camera better than Maddie Lant can.
Oh, we'll see. 25 seconds. Go!
Do you think that the turtles can sense us?
I think so. I think my turtle's going to be covered in cheese.
I can do better.
Fiona, what can you do better?
I can be in between on an hourglass better than Meg Kennedy.
All right, you have 15 seconds left. Let's go.
I don't know if I should start or not. I feel like
10 seconds.
time is running out. I'm not sure.
Oh boy. All three of the red team had anything they can do better. I'll hear each of them out. Justin, we'll start with you.
I can draw my nails faster than Natalie can.
All right, Meg.
I can take a personal dig at my teammates better than Fiona.
Okay, Marty.
I can give myself a better scalp massage than Natalie.
All right. Everyone get out of there. It's the red team now. 10 seconds left. 8 seconds left, I would say, actually.
Wouldn't it be cool if Fiona could open a clam?
That'd be great.
Fiona and Natalie, what can you do better?
I can prepare to throw a Pokeball at a Galapagos tortoise better than Meg Kennedy can.
I don't know. She has a lot of experience with snakes. Fiona?
I can slowly take flight better than Justin can.
All right, let's see them both. You have 5 seconds left. Go. 5,
Let's
4,
surprise here.
3, 2.
I can do better!
It's time! That's time! The blue team had to have more people on screen, so that is 5 points for the blue team. Hello, Sego. I was trying to remember some of the cool nicknames you offered up during your intro, but I forgot.
Oh, Ref Ruff, they're all cool if they're coming from you.
Aw, gee, Hinkies. Hinkies is what I was trying to say. Great. All right. What's our score looking right now?
Oh, the 5 big points are all over the board, and they are going to, and I'm going to get this right because I was paying attention. The red team. Yes? Yes? No, the blue team.
Nope.
I agree.
There you go.
Yep, they're the blue
All
team.
right.
I'm way off.
Great. No, you know what? It's
my
important to
cones.
keep trying. Yeah, I get it.
The bosses keep winning.
Totally. Speaking of the bosses, let's go ahead and get their captain up to the screen, shall we? Oh, hello, Natalie. I couldn't help but notice that you don't look like a witch at all today.
Thank you.
You're
This
welcome.
volume in my hair is entirely natural from that last game we played and not at all magic.
Perfect. You love to hear that. What's a great non-magic game you'd like to play?
My sisters, friends, and I
Sure.
really like to play Panel of Definitely Not Witches.
Great. All right, panel of definitely not witches. Go ahead and screen your teams. Loyal fans out there, if you could in the chat, please throw some questions that you have for perfectly normal people who definitely are not witches or magical in any way. Just go ahead in that chat and tippy type. Enter in some questions that you might have for just average people like everyone else. Great. Here's how it's going to work. We have these great non-witches up here, and they're going to be answering the questions for you. But first, we have to get to know them a little bit. So while you're typing those questions in there, let's go ahead and meet these normal women. Let's go ahead and start with my friend in the hat.
Oh, hi. My name's Hazel. I am a botanist, living in the rural parts of the woods. And I just, I love the sun. I love the sun.
That's very nice. What was your name again?
Hazel.
Hazel, thank you so much. It's my grandmother's name. All right, my friend with the blue shelf. Hello.
Oh, hi. Hi, I'm Bertrescia. I am just a regular entrepreneur. I'm actually a love and dating coach. So, yeah, very normal.
Excellent. Very, very normal. And our final non-witch?
Hi, my name is Amphibiala, and I have a new recipe book coming out this spring or fall or whatever season I decide to put it out in.
Excellent. That's great. It's so nice to meet all of you. Hazel, Beatricia, and Fibiala, thanks for being here today. We have a bunch of great questions for you, obviously non-magic related, very normal questions. Chat, if you want to throw a few more in there, please keep them coming. But let's start out with this one. We'll start with you, Hazel, on this one. How do you make someone fall in love with you?
Oh gosh, love. I've been in love so many times, and with normal human folks, absolutely. So the way you make somebody fall in love is you go out into the woods, the rural part of the woods, and you find some roots, some tubers, if you will, and you dig them up, okay? And then you wait for a crescent moon, not full, not half a crescent. And you get down on your knees and you make an altar to that crescent moon. And then you download Hinge. That's how you make somebody fall in love with you. Yeah, absolutely.
That makes sense. Thank you so much, Hazel. Beatricia, same cue.
Oh my goodness. I'm so glad that you asked this. I am, in fact, a love and dating coach. So this is kind of my forte. You could say I have a real gift for making people fall in love. But it's all part of my 8-week seminar. It takes place at the Hilton near the airport. So if you sign up for those seminars and you have a way to sneak maybe an aphrodisiac into a food of some sort, we can talk. Just feel free to catch me after the show. I'll give you my card. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Sounds great. Thank you so much, Patricia. And Fibiala?
I'm so glad that both of my sisters brought up food and digestives, because we all know that the way to a man or a woman or a they's heart is through their throat. I mean, stomach. You definitely don't want to apply any pressure to the throat area. I have a recipe in my upcoming cookbook for a love post, a love pie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. A classically non-magic love pie.
For now.
Excellent. Thank you so much, all of you. We're going to start with you, Beatricia, with this next question, which is, how should Allie does Improv get their dad to stop arguing with Alexa?
Ooh, now that sounds like trouble with a familial relationship. And while I am a love and dating expert, I deal with relationships of all kinds. I would say, what's his favorite dessert of choice? Because I can start baking and we can get to fixing this. I mean, come to my seminar.
Of course. Thank you so much. And Fibiala?
Yes, if you want your father to stop fighting with dear sweet Alexa, maybe you should release our sister from the horrible, horrible box that you've put her in every home. I mean...
Sorry, I'm just so broken up by the idea of your sister in a box.
We miss her. We miss her a lot.
That's fair. That's very fair.
She's in so many homes.
That does seem to be the case. Hazel.
Oh, okay, well, if you're having a spat, a conflict, you go into the rural part of the woods, okay? And once you're there, you're gonna traipse down a path that nature made, no man-made paths here. And you're gonna find a ginger root or a ginger tuber. And so everybody say gingers in life are fiery, feisty, but gingers in nature, docile, calming. And then you're gonna make them a ginger tea or a ginger snap, or after you apply a little bit of pressure to the throat, you say, "Hi, have a treat." That's exactly what you do. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, we'll start this one with Fibiala. And Fibiala, what should you do if you saw Goody Proctor talking to the devil?
Well, silence is golden.
All right.
Oh.
Hazel?
Okay.
Oh, well, if you find yourself in the row part of the woods and you come across the devil talking to anybody, you just turn right around and show them that tush as you march it on back home where you came from, okay?
We got it. Thank you, Hazel.
Double hits,
Beatricia?
All I can say is good for her. She went to my seminars.
That's the game!
The devil hates tushes.
The devil does, as we all know, hate tushes. Wow, that was pretty good, I thought. What about you, Josh?
I was terrified and in love with all the panelists, so I don't know what was happening.
Yeah, it's weird. I just feel like really, all I had to eat today was a pie, but I just feel like I'm really in tune with them, you know?
Yeah, and the pie was like going at the same speed as my heartbeat. It was really
absolutely.
weird. But delicious.
Oh, absolutely.
Tasted like my favorite childhood memories.
I think that whatever was happening is starting to wear off because now I want to see the captain of the red team on the screen.
The Venga bus is coming.
Oh, okay. That was really short.
Oh, we're here. Quick drive. Quick drive.
The Venga bus came. End of song. All right. Captain Justin, that was a pretty strong game we saw right there. What do you want to play to come at it?
Yeah, we're down right now, so I think we're going to get back to our Six Flags roots. Listen to the people, take their suggestions as we go. We're going to play a little game called Calvin Ball.
Excellent. For the game Calvin Ball, please field your team. In the chat, loyal fans, if you would, could you please throw what is something that you want to put in your mouth? Jelly beans, or it doesn't have to be edible, like Tide Pods, whatever you want to, you're like, I would like to. I'm not saying you should, but anything you would like to, throw it in the chat. Minding the out of bounds foul. Great. Here's how this game is going to work. The red team is going to do a scene using the suggestion that Josh will pick out of the chat, and we will see that scene. However, at any point during the scene, the blue team can interject. They'll raise their hand, and I'll call on them. And then they will add a lay onto the scene, some kind of rule or some kind of additional factor, accents, silly movements, anything they want at all they can add in there. Now, I think that's about all we need to know. Josh, is there a suggestion that really just caught your heart?
Oh, there is guilty. Diet Dr. Pepper is probably the best soft drink ever. And somebody threw in the chat, I'm not going to say who, but Amanda, I'm also in love with you now.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
Excellent. All right, the suggestion is Diet Dr. Pepper. Red team, are you ready?
Yes.
Go.
Doctor.
All right.
I'm sorry, Doctor. I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's an emergency.
What is it, Denise?
It's my child. It's Rebecca. Look at her. She's gone all pale in the face and she can't move her hands.
Oh, no.
I can't move it. Come
Look
on.
at me. Look at me.
I'm looking, and do I look or does Mom look?
I think we all
You
look.
both look.
Okay,
You
I'm
both
looking
look
at
me.
you.
Snap out
Also-
of it.
All right, Fiona.
I would like to change it so that Marilette senses that she is moving through something very viscous, though no one notices.
Excellent. All right. Lottie, you are now moving something viscous. Go.
Okay, I'm looking right at you. But also, I can't help but notice you went to Tulane?
I sure did. Wait,
Wow.
are you thinking of going to Tulane to become a doctor?
It's her biggest dream.
Your influence has been palpable.
Natalie.
I would like to cast a spell of changing upon the vocal cords of Captain Justin, and he comes from Transylvania.
Okay, great. Justin's out from Transylvania. Marty's moving through the viscous liquid. Go.
If you would like to become a doctor, you must
Yeah?
many things.
Tell me all the things.
Thing one,
Okay.
apply for the ACT.
Carly.
though she be pretty, she searches for a prince. Now our player Meg just is wanting to kiss all the frogs to find them.
Great. All right. Meg wants to kiss some frogs. Go.
Okay, so first of all, your influence has been palpable, but you know what? Other influence has been palpable. The patriarchy of fairy tales.
I raised her on not a single one. We wrote our own,
Natalie.
Doctor. Perhaps you'd like to hear her recite it?
Natalie.
Marionette is now played by Dame Judi Dench.
Oh, great.
Really, Doctor, you should give it a go.
I'd love to.
Hey, what does it mean when I have all these feelings inside me?
Use your projection, darling. We've done this before. Back of the house, darling.
Fiona.
I would like to cast a spell of location change. They're now on a high ropes course, and one of them is uncomfortable.
Go.
I'm loving this! Okay.
This is like the time Laurence Olivier and I were traipsing through the woods. This is phenomenal.
This is an experience.
Okay.
Natalie and Carly.
Changing. The rope that Justin is holding onto is actually a snake.
Great. And Carly?
Oh no! Meg has lost her voice. She's now a mime.
All right. Go.
Now, teamwork, everyone, teamwork. This is a team building. Yes, hand me the snake. Yes, darling, use your core. Absolutely. Yes. Wonderful.
I just think it's important to mention that I'm allergic to snake bites.
That's the game! All right, Josh. You know what time it is.
Me?
Yeah.
There's a poll in the chat. We want to know whose scene was more magical. Vote and vote often. Use your channel points to put your thumb on the scale. I mentioned that earlier. Also, for not being witches, there sure was a lot of spell casting in that. Let's see.
Yeah, for non-witches, they do use a lot of spells, which is interesting, but it is what it is. Thank you so much for the subscription, Kelly Voicer X. We appreciate you. And
thanks, Kelly.
That.
All right, the poll's closing. Remember, you can vote extra with those channel points. It's a little one-sided right now. I'm not going to say who's winning.
Oh, boy. It's hard to tell just from looking who's winning, honestly.
Time is running down.
Oh, boy. All right, we're in the last couple seconds here. If you really want to make a change, right now is your moment to use those channel points.
Here's your moments.
You can bring this around. No!
No.
Unfortunately, that is not going to work. So that is 5 more points to the blue team, I believe, making our score
That's
10
right.
to 0.
That's right.
I believe this means... Oh, great. Thank you. It's time for the captains to come back to the screen.
Rough Todd.
Yeah.
If a captain needed to file an inquiry about another captain possibly being on magical performance enhancers, who would they speak to?
Sure. Yeah, I see exactly where you're going with that. Just send an email to Jason after the show. I'm pretty sure he handles magical inquiries.
Got it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Magic isn't real.
I don't know. It's a lot of points for some non-magic people. Justin, what game would you like to play to try and come back against these definitely not magic witches? And this next
You know
round?
what? If we are facing a bunch of witches, I think there's something that us, the normal human team of the Six Flags, would be better at, and that's breaking up with people. We're going to play It's Not You, It's Me.
Excellent. For the game of It's Not You, It's Me, please field your team. Loyal fans in the chat. Oh, look at all those bits. Thank you, little corgi friends. If you could in the chat, loyal fans, throw a bunch of 5-letter words in that chat. Here's what we're going to do with those 5-letter words. We're going to take them and we're going to play a line game. It's going to go a little like this. It's not you, it's me, bananas. I have to split. Ha-cha-cha. Funny jokes. The thing is, we're doing this call-out style. So, I'm going to call on someone. It doesn't matter if they have a joke ready or not. They're going to have to say something. All right. Keep those 5-letter words coming in that chat right now. Josh, you keep an eye on it. Pick ones you like, but I am going to start with Corgi because of who I am as a person. Your first suggestion is Corgi, and we are going to start with Meg.
Corgi, it's not you, it's me.
I see what happened. Excellent. Natalie.
Corgi, it's not you, it's me. You're a party animal, and I just want to loaf around.
Ah, nice. Madi.
Corgi, baby, it's not you, it's me. It's all just, time is just too short.
All right. Carly.
Oh, Corgi, it's not you, it's me. I just found another queen to be with.
Awesome. Justin.
Hey, Corgi, you know, it's not you, it's me, you know. I tried, but we couldn't get a leg up on things.
Hey, Fiona.
I'm sorry, Corgi. It's not me. It's you. Your pen broke, and we're not doing so well.
Excellent. All right, Josh, what's another word for us, please?
All right, we're going to stay with the animals. I saw the word trout in the chat. So, trout.
All right, the word is trout. We will start with Fiona.
Hey, Trout. It's not you. It's me. I just can't fully trust you. You're really fishy.
Marty.
Trout, baby boo. It's not you, it's me. But don't cry, honey. There's plenty of fish in the sea.
Hey.
Yeah, I did it. I said it.
Carly.
Hey, Trout. You know, it's not you, it really is me, because I fell for somebody hook, line, and sinker.
Meg.
Trout, it's not you, it is me. I'm pretty buttoned up, and you two fresh.
Natalie.
Trout, it's not me, it's you. Sometimes I just want to be left alone, and you're a real pass, Scotto.
Justin.
Hey, Trout, cut it out. It's gonna be all right. You know, it's not you, it's me. This will be something we look back on. You know, quite a tale. You know what I mean?
Excellent. All right, Josh, can you give us one more, please?
All right, I'm reaching back to an early suggestion because I wanted to use it so bad. Caramel apple. Or caramel, depending on what area of the country you're from.
All right, caramel apple. We will start with Justin.
Caramel apple, baby. I'm so sorry. To be completely honest, I'd rather have a root canal than be with you.
Natalie.
Caramel apple, I don't know how to say this in a way that isn't incredibly insulting. But the fact that you think that we can be together just makes me want to laughy.
All right. Madi.
Caramel apple, baby boo, listen. It's not you. It's me. I just gotta go take a big bite out of life.
Fiona.
Listen, caramel apple, it's not you, it's me. But I really hope that someday you'll be able to cornucopia.
Meg.
Caramel apple, It is not you, it's me. I'm a cool cat, tough guy, and you're just a little Halloweeny.
Carly.
Hey, caramel apple sugar baby sugar pie. Listen, I just feel like things have been heating up. They've been boiling sugar.
That's the game!
You and I till the end, don't need to pretend. Again and again, we'll stick together. Everything is alright with you by my side. We won't say goodbye, we'll stick together.
All right, Josh.
Stick
Back
together.
into the time. It's already up.
The poll is in the chat. We want to know whose line was it anyway? Was it the red team's? Did that one stick to you? Or was it the taffy apples of the blue teams? Did you go nuts for it is what I'm asking.
Oh,
Please
geez.
vote and vote often.
Go ahead and get that vote up in there. If you
Wrapped up.
would. Excellent. All right. Yeah, put your vote in. Now is the time. Now more than ever. As a reminder, the bosses currently have 10, and the red team currently has 0. So, not
Come
to
on.
inform your vote at all, but, like, you know, have a heart. All right. Go ahead and get those votes in. We're in the final moments right now. This is your opportunity to turn it around, but you're all monsters, and you're not taking it. All right. 5 more points for the blue team.
Okay, that's correct. Bringing our score to the bosses 15. The Gurney Six Flags, 0 flags right now.
Excellent. No flags.
Go.
No flags at all.
Get that score right, Josh. Don't give my points away, or you're not gonna like the form that I turn you into. I mean, what?
All right. Woo. All right. Great. Thank you so much. And let's go ahead and get our captains up here one more time as we head into our last game and the hardest game in comedy sports, Six Things. Captain Natalie, Captain Justin, here we are. This is the final moment right now. As you know, this is where it all comes into play. It's not over yet, red team. It could still happen. So, who, for both of you, will be leaving for your team for the game of Six Things?
Much like a caramel apple, I myself am gonna dip.
Nice. Excellent. Natalie?
Give 1 point.
I have to go feed all of our familiars, so it's gonna be me.
Great. Excellent. Yeah, sure. I'll give the Six Flags a point. Why not?
Yay! Ref, you can do that.
All right. Both of those guessers have exited. They have muted their computers or taken their headphones or whatever. They can't see, they can't hear, they're walking away, they're living their lives right now because they can't know what's about to happen. This is the hardest game in comedy sports. This is Six Things. Now, for Six Things, we're going to need a lot of segos from all. That's right. Get all those suggestions out, and let's get ready to rumble. All right, I will do 1, 3, and 5, and Josh, if you could do 2, 4, and 6, that'd be great. What is the first thing, Josh?
The first thing, and correct me, Booth, if I have this wrong, is going to be jumping in a pile of leaves. Jumping in a pile of leaves.
All right, jumping in a pile of leaves is your first activity for this activity. May I please have, what is a book that your guardians or parents used to read to you? And may I please also have, Ray Parker Jr. ain't afraid of no ghosts, but what is he afraid of? So in the chat, I would like a book that one of your guardians used to read to you and something that Ray Parker Jr. is afraid of. Excellent. All right, go ahead and start running those in the chat, and we're going to use those replacements to find these things. Basically, we're going to take those replacements, we're going to take the activities, we're going to replace things in the activities with the suggestions that you give us right now, and we're going to use them to make extra hard suggestions. All right, we're starting to get those books in there right now, at least on my screen. And so here's how you're jumping in a leaf pile. And the leaves in the leaf pile are the Velveteen Rabbit. And your clothes are Nickelodeon Slime. So you are jumping in a leaf pile. The leaves are the Velveteen Rabbit, and your clothes are Nickelodeon Slime. Josh, take it away.
Okay, the second thing, and correct me if I'm wrong, Booth, is going to be making caramel apples. Surprise! It was earlier. What I want to know is something small that is very expensive, like a diamond, or like a diamond chip. I want to know what is a tiny thing, very expensive. In addition to that, I need throw that in the chat, please and thank you. Also, I want to know who's. If you could have any celebrity's head for your head, whose would it be? It's just a straight swap, except your brains remain the same. What celebrity head you putting on that sweet body of yours? Throw that in the chat, please, and thank ye.
All right. Love to see those coming through right now for this next activity.
Okay. Alright. Ooh, here we go, getting some good heads.
Excellent.
So the caramel apples, instead of dipping it in caramel, if you will, you're dipping it in delicious antibodies.
Yum.
Yummy. And the apple is not a regular apple. It is Nicolas Cage's head. Nick Cage, his head, swarming in antibodies. It's good for you. You want to be around it. Sounds fun.
Perfect. I love it very much. For the next thing, which is thing number 3, if you were a baby on their day out in Chicago, where would you go? If you were a baby on their day out in Chicago, where would you go? And then also, if you were responsible for deciding what the 13th day of Christmas was, adding on to the song, what gift would they give 13 of on the 13th day of Christmas? So, once again, if you were a baby on their day out in Chicago, where would you go? And if you're responsible for deciding what the 13th day of Christmas was, what would the 13 things be on that 13th day? All right, and this activity is... do you know what it is, Josh?
You are toilet papering a house, TPing a house.
You are toilet papering
You rascal.
a house. Excellent. As I am often want to do. Now, you, of course, are not just TPing any old house. You are, in fact, TPing... the Chicago History Museum.
Ooh.
And if you just get History Museum, that's okay by me. All right, and then the toilet paper is not just toilet paper, it is black cats. Meow meow, baby. Meow meow. All right, get number 4 if you would, Josh.
All right, number 4. I want to know from the chat what is the greatest gift you've ever received, or you've given a lot of good gifts. I know you have. You are all great people. I want to know what that thing is, or that you've received. I also want to know. If you could. Oh, this is good. Instead of candy at Halloween, what's something else you could give out that you wish there was more in the world of? Like for me, it would be Diet Dr. Pepper. I love it. I drink it all the time. I wish I could get it 24/7. And if you just gave it to me when I was walking by your house, I'd be your best friend. So go ahead and throw that in the chat. And this activity is baking a pie. You are baking a pie.
Excellent.
But instead of a pie pan, you are baking a pie inside of a Optimus Prime action figure that is a Transformer action figure. Can I get a bonus point for Optimus Prime? Transformer otherwise?
Great, love it.
And the pie flavor, the delicious pie flavor, is none other than the flavor of respect. The flavor of respect. You're making a respect
yum,
pie
yum.
in Optimus Prime, and I can't think of a better vessel, honestly.
Absolutely. All right, for this last activity, may I please have a celebrity you love so much you would watch them read the phone book, quote unquote. And what is something that you have in your closet that you think most people in this chat don't have in their closet? So once again, that is a celebrity you love so much you would watch them read the phone book, and something you have in your closet you think most people in this chat don't have in their closet. Go ahead and throw those in the chat if you would. Josh, what's this this 5th activity?
You were visiting a petting zoo. That is the 5th activity. You were visiting a petting zoo.
Visiting a petting zoo. Awesome. These are starting to come in. It's got some great celebrities in here. And also some great things you have in your closet. Classic iPod Mini in there. All right. So, what was the activity again? One more time. Activity. Great.
For me?
No, for this one, I forgot.
Petting zoo.
Petting zoo. Great. All right, you are visiting a petting zoo. All of the animals in this petting zoo, every single one is Brendan Fraser. And the petting zoo itself, the food that you're feeding these petting zoo animals, these Brendan Frasers.
The pellets, yeah.
The pellets that you are feeding these Brendan Frasers, they are a bag of silver dollars, or just silver dollars, I will take. Great. All right. Last one, Josh. Can you please get us this last thing?
And the last activity is, of course, you're making it rain money. You're just making it rain. It's simple as that. And I've already pulled some great suggestions that got missed. Instead of dollar bills, the money that's raining is actually Harley Quinn's, the Batman anti-hero. Sometimes she's good. You're making it rain Harley Quinn's, and you are hanging out. Your best buddy is none other than an iPod Mini. So you're making it rain Harley Quinn's with an iPod Mini as your sidekick.
Perfect. I love it. Thank you so much, Josh. Josh is going to go ahead and text our guesses right now and get them back in this room for us. Here's how this game works for those of you who may be uninitiated. This is the game of 6 things. As we said, it's the hardest game in comedy sports. The way that it works is that we have all these things. These players will be coming back, and their co-players, teammates, that's the word, will be giving them clues to try and get them to guess both the activities and the replacements. However, they cannot use normal English speak with the words that I'm saying right now, and they cannot stand still. They must use mime and gibberish, which gibberish is... And mime is... You know what mime is. You little goofer. All right. And then for each one of these things that they get correct, they will get 5 big points for their team, except for, however, the final 2 activities. Those are worth 10 points each. So, I know, it really is anyone's game at this point. It could go to either team. Yes, absolutely. It looks like we have everyone back here, everyone ready to go. So let's go ahead and get our blue team up here. Yes, thank you so much for all your suggos, everyone, tonight. I really appreciate those suggos. Really appreciate you. All right. Let's go ahead and play the game of 6 things. Natalie, you, of course, have no clue what's about to happen to you, but I think you're up for it. Are you ready?
Born ready.
Go!
Discada. Whoop, 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 whoop. Abasimina, flip, 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 flip.
1 minute left.
Balasimina, askina. Whoop, whoop, shoop, 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 shoop. Discada. Askada. Oba, discada, discada. Baba. Abasimina. Whoop. Abaska. Abadiscada. Whoop, whoop. Pum, 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 pum. Discada. Whoop, 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 whoop. Discada. Whoop, whoop. Abaskibna. Whoop, whoop.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Abaskibna. Hua, ha, ha, ha. Ooh, baba. Askana. Discana.
Skabba, whampa, skabba, whoop. And skabba, whamp, 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 skabba, pumpa, pumpa, skabba, skabba,
10.
Skabba,
5.
Skabba,
2, 1. That's time!
All right, that is time. Natalie, what are you doing?
I am jumping in a pile of leaves. They get in your hair. I don't recommend it. I'm wearing slides. lime. And
Yeah.
leaves aren't leaves. They are actually little bunny foo-foo.
Oh, I love that guess, but not quite. Let's see if Justin can steal this.
Yes, I would like to. So I am jumping in a pile of leaves. I'm wearing slime, but the leaves themselves are just rabbits. They're just little bunnies.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We were looking for the Velveteen rabbits. But a strong guess from both of you. A strong guess from both of you. That means it is now the red team's turn. It occurs to me I may not have mentioned that the teams only have a minute and a half for each one of these things. That's why you hear Josh calling out those times as they go down. Also, they will have to do the activity for me to stop the time so they can guess before it runs out. Also, if they fail to get it in no time, the other team can steal it. I didn't say a lot of things, it turns out, but now I did, and you all know. Red team, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Go.
Isababa. Isababa.
That's all they do.
Isababa. Wababa. Isababa. Isababa.
Oh, so when they tickle.
Isababa. Wababa. Isababa. Oh, Isababa. Ooh.
Oh, is everybody? Zubidi. Go.
Oh, wapapapapa. Wapapapapa.
1 minute.
Isababa. Isababa.
It's about to eat. Boop, 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 boop. It's about to Achoo! Achoo! Bundong katang. Itagashima. Achoo! Achoo! Pa 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 pa.
Oh, somebody.
Itagashita.
Oh, somebody.
It's a baba.
30 seconds on the
What
clock.
about? What baba? Oh, what the baba? It's a baba. Whoa! What a baba? It's a baba. What? It's a baba. What the baba? It's a baba. Whoa! Whoa! It's a baba. What baba? It's a baba.
No, somebody.
All right. Looks like you have about 6 seconds left. Justin, what are you doing?
I am making apple cider. I am making it with Keanu Reeves and the like potion, not potion, but the like hot water that's coming from the cider are germs.
No! You have 6 seconds left. Go!
Itita. Tishikata. Ishika. Hibita. Papa. Pisha. Pita. Wakata. It's a baba. Nagatika. Tabisha dapat. Achoo! Achoo! Big. Poo 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 poo. Hasakin dapat.
All right, Justin, what are you doing?
Okay, it's obvious. I'm drinking apple cider. I'm drinking it with Owen Wilson, and what's coming up isn't germs. They're germ fighters. It's cold medicine.
All right, blue team, can you steal?
I certainly can.
Yes.
I am making mulled wine apple cider. The cider itself and like the steam coming off of it, this reaction are antihistamines, and the apples themselves are the film Face Off.
All right, you were making caramel apples. The apples themselves were Nick Cage's head, and the caramel were antibodies.
Oh,
So y'all
yeah.
were very
were so
close. Very close, very close, very close. All right. This next one, is the blue team again. This for 5 points. Blue team, are you ready?
Yeah!
Go!
Diskana. Skana. Aber diskana. Shuk. Aber sibida. Sploosh. Diskana. Sploosh. 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 Diskana. diskara, do, askina nisana, do, whoop, whoop, wah, ah,
1 minute remaining.
Scubba flubba, scubba wha scubba whomp, scubba wha pa scubba who scubba oh scubba whoop scubba wha scubba ooh papa scubba wha scubba
30 seconds left.
Asamanisa, swoop, ah, diskana, whoop, skina, wha, whooba, ah, diskana, ah, diskana, do diskina in mana, abaskina, whoop, ooh, whoop, do, ah, ska, abadiskana, abadiskana, diska, abadiskana, aski diska.
1 second remaining. What are you doing, Natalie?
I am certainly TPing someone's house.
Yes!
Because I am a rapscallion. Their house is this really, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, it's this really famous building with lots of clocks in Chicago. It's called the Marshall Fields. And
I've heard of it, but it's not correct.
my toilet paper is actually a cat condo.
Okay. You are TPing a house.
Yup.
You have 1 second. This is going to be the most informative second of all time.
Ooh, they can do it.
Ready? That's it. That was a second.
Time.
Thank goodness for that second. Because I'm still keeping that house, man. What was I doing? My toilet paper is is a like skin tight cat suit. And that is 100% the 1893 Chicago World's Fair exhibit of the original Ferris wheel.
Wow. No,
Yeah,
Justin.
give it to her?
Okay. So I am TPing a house.
Yeah!
Thank you. The toilet paper is the idea of bad luck.
Okay.
And the house itself is the plot of Back to the Future 2.
Love that, but no. You were TPing a house. That was right. The house was the Chicago History Museum. And the toilet paper was the thing I was trying to make easy for you, which was a black cat.
The black cat.
I
went too hard.
Colors are hard in gibberish.
It's still anyone's game. We are on to the fourth thing in the red team.
We're tiring them out.
Yeah, that's it. You know, that's a valid strategy. Red team, are you ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Oh, something like that.
Think. At the bash about the bomb. Opakatagang. Cook. Fum. Hatagate. Kachikatikam. Batitat. Atikatakatis. Imanekatak. Kunk. Kung happy to be kashikatakata, asakama shita, ha, happy.
Oh,
Isa baba. Esa baba. Wa, asa baba. What? Whoa, ting, asa baba. What baba? Ting, whoa, rum. Whoa, whoa,
Oh,
Eraba, water. Esa baba. Water papa.
30 seconds.
Water ball, what ball? It's a baba.
No, what's over there? That's over here. Ah. Uh-huh. Ah, it's over there.
10 seconds left.
Justin, what are you doing?
I
You got 7
am
seconds.
baking. I'm baking a pumpkin pie.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay. The pie itself is the idea of equality,
Okay.
and the oven is. Oh my God! I lost it, and I need to see it one more time.
Okay. I genuinely think you got this. I
7 seconds.
will say
Same.
that
Same.
both the things you're replacing
Same.
are
You do
wrong.
it. Yep.
Like the items themselves, it's not the idea of, etc. All right.
Okay.
And it's not the oven.
Oh.
7 seconds.
Got it.
Go.
It's a baba. Push hard. Ding 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 ding. It's a baba. Water ball. You super ball.
Oh yeah.
All right. Justin, what are you
Okay.
doing?
I'm baking a pie. The pie tin is Optimus Prime, and the pie itself is respect.
I'm gonna give it to you.
Yeah, you gotta give it.
5 points to the red team.
Yeah, we're on the board, baby. We're on the board.
We win!
Third of the blue team score. The red team puts up 5 big points.
Yeah.
We
I'm
won
not giving
everything.
the bonus point because I didn't say
Oh, yeah,
action
and the bonus
figure,
point.
but I'm not giving the bonus point because I didn't say action figure. But I am giving them
sure.
5 points, which I think we all agree is pretty nice considering how wrong some of those words were.
No, it's
Excellent.
good, Rev.
All right.
Rev.
Blue team, this
Rev.
is your last thing. You got 10 points on the line for this one. It's truly anyone's game at this point. It is 15-6, but it's not over yet.
Oh,
You have a minute and a half of the clock. Blue team, are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go!
Oink, oink, oink.
Diskana. Abba diskana. Abba skibana, buskana, diskana, askana, parasamana, huapa! Skiba, diska, tutaskin, siska, shika, dabskamana, whoo! Diskana, tick,
1 minute left. 1 minute left.
Abba diskana, whoop, diskana. Chick, I was gonna pew, biscuit, biscuit, diska, whew, diska, pew, biska, yeah, Dina, Lisa,
Thirty seconds. 30 seconds on the clock.
Skipper flapper, whampa, whamp, skipper scoop, skipper pop, skipper wha, a skipper wha, pop, a skipper pa, skipper sking.
10 seconds left. 10 seconds left.
Whamp, skipper
Ah. 3.
4 seconds left. Natalie, what are you doing?
Well, we all know I only need 1 second left. Feeding the animals at a petting zoo. I am the aminals themselves are Brendan Fraser, and the feed is a bag of gold.
Oh, so close. So close. You have 4 seconds left. Let's see if it's enough.
I get to know
Go.
what
Diskana,
One.
I was skipping out,
animals at a petting zoo. But the animals, this is a real dream for me. Brendan Fraser. What a handsome man.
What an animal.
The feed is the feed is a nickel, is a bag of nickels.
Oh, so close. Justin.
Yep.
Can you steal it?
Yes. I am feeding some animals. Those animals are Brendan Fraser from The Mummy Returns specifically. And the feed itself is a gold tooth.
Oh! I really didn't think you had it. No, unfortunately, it was a bag of silver dollars. Silver dollars.
Like the pancakes?
Sure.
Just as tasty.
Yeah.
Bag of pancakes.
Why not? All right, that means that it truly coming down to our last thing, because it is 15-6 right now. So the red team takes this, they win. If they don't, they don't. It's all on the line, this last one. Minute and a half of the clock. No pressure, but all the love. Go.
Oh, it's a baba. Eh, oh, it's a baba. Wah, eh, oh, it's a baba. Eh, oh, it's a baba. Eh, ha. Oh, it's a baba. Oh, it's a baba. What the baba? Baba. It's a baba. Oh, it's a baba. What the. Eh, whoop. Eh. Hey, isipa wada babo, the isawa, wada babo. Asa baba, oh, asa baba. Asa baba. Ah,
1 minute left. 1 minute left.
Ba 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 shi mama shi ba da ba ba ba. Ba shi ba for sama me. We ka bata. Ha tika tika taka taka. Laka. Tika tika taka. Aji ba taka. Quick quick. Boom 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 boom.
Oh, it's over there.
30 seconds left. 30 seconds left on the clock.
What the baba? It's a baba. Eh, oh, it's a baba. At the baba is a baba. Oh, at the baba. Eh, what the baba? Oh, it's a baba. Da. Oh, the baba. Oh, it's a baba. Eh, what baba? Whoop. It's a baba.
10 seconds.
Oh,
10 seconds left.
Oh,
it's a baba.
Oh, it's over there.
It's a baba.
It's over there. Hey, it's over there.
4 seconds left. 4 seconds left on the clock.
Magic number 4. Justin, what are you doing?
Oh man. I really got to see that first thing again, but I know I have an iPod Nano and the Joker and Harley Quinn are there.
All right. Here is what I will say. You already know you need the activity cleared up.
Yep.
There is a form of the iPad involved.
Okay.
And you have too many characters.
Oh.
I got no such hints last time, even though I asked what I was supposed to.
You nailed it, though. Get out
I also
of
gave
here.
you thumbs up when you got the 2 right.
Ref.
Go!
Do it.
Ishitati, hitikaba, hataga, meh.
3, 2, 1. That's so time. It's so time.
More
Okay.
time? We have more time?
Yeah.
No.
5 more minutes.
That's rough.
Go!
5 more minutes? Okay. I am
turn the show
tipping
around.
a comedy sports player.
That's pretty close.
The money
Okay.
is just Harley Quinn. And, jeez Louise. And the third thing was super, peanut butter.
All right, Natalie.
I am making it rain
Yes.
like I do. It's Harley Quinn we already had, and so and then the last substitution was an iPod Mini, not the next.
Hey! What?
What are they?
Yeah, what are they? She got them
the-
right, but she didn't see what they were
Harley
doing.
And the what else was there to be the iPod Mini?
All right. I was gonna be nice, but Josh says no. It doesn't matter. You win either way. You were with an iPod Mini.
With an
With an iPod.
Blue team wins.
Dang it.
Do 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 do. Blue team, it wins. They get the song now. Do 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 do. Blue team, they win so much. Y'all ready for this? Thanks for watching Comedy Sports. On behalf of Ref Rough, we want to say thank you to our loyal fans out there in the chat and our players, the losing team, Captain Justin Swinson, Marilet Martinez, Margaret Quinn Kennedy, and the witches keep on witching, none other than Fiona Stevens, Carly Kohak, and Natalie Younger. On behalf of Ref Rough, Ryan in the booth, I'm Josh Jagovia, aka True Texican, and we'll see you next time.
What happened to us? What happened to all the love we always took for granted? Are we stranded? Is it too late? Is it too late to color feelings that have faded? Complicated. I'm waiting for an answer, waiting for a sparkle to come to ignite love. I need no second chances. I'm tired of romances without love. So where do we go when we can't find our way? I don't wanna be alone. I need you tonight and I don't wanna wait. I want you to show me the way. She was in love with a boy, in love with a girl, so in love with the world, so beautiful. She was in love with the night, the way the sun shines. All she needed was light to have to hold, and nobody could make her feel down. She was always smiling from ear to ear, and everybody wondered if round would she ever know the feeling of tears. All she said to them was, live your life just like you're young again. No, don't you cry, just get back up again. 'Cause if you want a life to live it better, if you want love and stay together, if you want to smile and be forever. She was the curious kind, to hate she was blind, always love on her mind, just come what may. She couldn't quite figure out what fear's all about, so she put it aside all night, all day, and everybody talked about her, said there must be something wrong with this girl. All she said to them was, live your life just like you're young again. No, don't you cry, just get back up again. 'Cause if you want a life to live it better, if you want love and stay together, if you want to smile and be forever. And nobody can make her feel down. She was always smiling from ear to ear, baby. And everybody wondered if round would she ever know the feeling of tears. All she said to them was, live your life just like you're young again. No, don't you cry, just get back up again. 'Cause if you want a life to live it better, if you want love and stay together, if you want to smile and be forever. Know when your body feels so tired to get out of bed, you put your heart on a letter to chase it away. 'Cause and it's all because of you. Hey, what's gonna give you more time forever? Know what they say, only time will tell. You know what they say, it never really can. When I'm sleeping with someone new, I just close my eyes and think of you. When I'm sleeping with someone new, I can't help myself, I wondered if you still feel the way I feel. Are you sleeping with someone new, someone new, someone? Talking about my bed as like it ever mattered. You threw it away, and now you're looking back, wishing that we got buried. Know what they say, only time will tell. You know what they say, did I ever really care? I don't think I did. When I'm sleeping with someone new, I just close my eyes and think of you. When I'm sleeping with someone new, I can't help myself, I wondered if you still feel the way I feel. When somebody calls you out, are you sleeping with someone new? close my eyes and think of you when I'm sleeping with someone new. I don't know who you are, I don't know what you've been through, why you got scars. Since you walked through the door, I've been trying to reach you, 'cause I feel you. What's the story to tell? What's the story behind the mountain you're trying to climb? Think I've heard it before in a movie line. We can write our own ending this time. I wanna say no, but I cannot lie. I'm so curious about your life, but you're a stranger trying to hide. What I see is not, you don't deny. I wanna see the rest of you tonight. Seven you and only one is for real. You spin me around and you make believe. Seven you and back off, don't go near me. I surrender, 'cause I can take no more. Hear my last goodbye. I am running to the end of time at the speed of the light. Can't take one more fight. All the feelings that I have inside make me lose my mind. But it feels so good, though it hurts so bad. I could drug you and drive me crazy. Hear my last goodbye. I am running to the end of time at the speed of the light. Everything feels so abstract. Yeah, it's complicated. What you say, the way you act. Well, it makes me so confused. I don't know what to do anymore. Can't you just make up your mind? My heart drops when you play around. How can you be up when I'm down? Don't wanna think about it right now. Maybe you just wanna be friends, but there's a fight when we are talking. Maybe you just wanna pretend, but I can read between the lines. Even if I can't deny that all the things you said are hurting, still wanna be with you. I think you want it too. 'Cause baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be. No, baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be. How it hurts to see you smile, like a dagger in me. She just seems so juvenile. I just want it to be me. I wanna set your world on fire. Oh, you're so sure I'll stick around. Oh, my heart drops when you play around. How can you be up when I'm down? Don't wanna think about it right now. Maybe you just wanna be friends, but there's a fight when we are talking. Maybe you just wanna pretend, but I can read between the lines. Even if I can't deny that all the things you said are hurting, still wanna be with you. I think you want it too. 'Cause baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be. Oh, even if I can't deny that all the things you said are hurting, still wanna be with you. I think you want it too. 'Cause baby, I don't wanna be. No, baby, I don't wanna be. No, baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be. Tell me you love me. Don't let go. Tell me your secret. Let me know. Tell me you love me. We got time. Wake up slowly. Time to shine. We got up and we saw the horizon. With a smile, you begin me to follow. In a second, all this could be over. But for now, you're my four-leaf clover. Tell me you love me. Don't let go. Tell me your secret. Let me know. Tell me you love me. Tell me you love me. Don't let go. Tell me a secret. Let me know. We got up and we saw the horizon. With a smile, you're making me follow. In a second, all this could be over. But for now, you're my four-leaf clover. We got up and we saw the horizon. With a smile, you're making me follow. In a second, all this could be over. But for now, you're my four-leaf clover. Tell me you love me.
So full of self-confidence, and everything you said made a lot of sense. I thought I was too cold to ever love again, but every single word cut through the rain. We see the distance grow. I just need to know, do you even feel the same? I'm living in your messages. I'm closer to you there, I guess. Living in your messages. Every day now I confess. I hear your laughter from within. You can light up any room without going in. Funny how just a few letters in a row can turn into a smile, and now you can't let go. Oh, oh. We see the distance grow. I just need to know, do you even feel the same? I'm living in your messages. I'm closer to you there, I guess. Living in your messages. Every day now I confess. I thought I'd never wanna stay. I was dead wrong. I have tried to look away. I'm not that strong. Promise me don't make me wait. Been here too long. Tell me if it is too late. Is it too late? I'm closer to you there, I guess. Living in your messages. Every day now I confess.
Spinning like a broken record. For a player, you don't know that many major chords. We hang out and then you get bored, and you leave me here like I'm your landlord. You come back and say I'm sorry, boo, and I know you never mean it, gets you in though. Did you call me 'cause you had to?
Good evening, loyal fans. It's me, Marilette, your host. But not really. I've played a perfect prank on you. It's me, Fiona Stevens. I'll be your announcer for this evening. Thank you so much for joining us for the 9:30 match here on CSCN. We are so happy that you either stuck around or popped in for the first time this evening. Either way, we're happy to have you. I am going to pop a poll in the chat. Ooh, Allie does improv. Hello. Lizzie Powers, hello. I'm going to pop a poll in the chat. Let me know if you're new here. If you are new, I want to welcome you. If you're not new, I still want to welcome you because we're very glad you're here. So just let us know if you're new or not, and we'll find out in what special way you will be greeted and welcomed. In the meantime, what are we here for? We're watching Comedy Sports. You know it, you love it. It's comedy played as a sport. We have our two teams going head to head, turning your suggestions into scenes, songs, and games for your love, your laughter, your applause, and your points. You are going to be deciding the fate of this match, ultimately, by assigning points as you see fit throughout the match. I will be putting polls in the chat throughout the match, and you get to assign them as you see fit. So the power rests with you. It also especially rests with you because we could not be doing this without your suggestions throughout the night. You are going to be fueling this in every possible way. So I am going to get you warmed up with those suggestions. Well, 100% of you are not new here. And so you probably know why I need these suggestions. But let's say that I needed a suggestion of maybe active activities. Now, these active activities, I would like them to be inspired by the following words. Spooky, apparel, and friendship. Active activity based on the word spooky, apparel, and friendship. Please give me all of those active activities. Keep them coming, keep them coming. Also, Allie does improv. Thank you so much. This is leftover eyeshadow from being a witch in the last show. Woo! But as you are getting those activities in there, please keep them coming. I am also going to go over a very important thing, and that is our out-of-bounds foul. Now, Comedy Sports, we pride ourselves on doing a show for everybody. So no matter your age or however you identify as a person, you should be comfortable to have a great time here. But because we are making things up, sometimes we might mess things up. So if one of our players steps over that line, says something crude or rude or just not great, our ref is going to blow the whistle, call the out-of-bounds foul, and that team will incur the penalty of our ref's choosing. And let me tell you, the ref has so much power, it's going to be a terrible thing to behold, so stay in line. However, this doesn't just apply to our players, it also applies to you, our loyal fans. So please keep things clean, be cool, and loving in the chat. We do have a little chat bot roaming through there who will be picking through things. If they notice anything out of bounds, you will get a warning. If a second time, you will get the boot. So just be cool and let's have a great time. I think that is all from me. So I am going to go into the green room and I am going to get our players to start this ultimate grudge match. Put your 6s and 7s in the chat and let's get going! Tonight is the night. It all comes down to this. Our two teams are going head to head. The Beverly Molehills, our visitors, are looking for a first-time victory. Let's see who they are. Starting us off, he's lean, he's mean, it's Simon Collier! On anchor, he's ready to rumble and he doesn't care if that's too rough. It's Todd Page! And your captain of the Beverly Molehills, She's ready to take you down. It's Ashley Victoria. Our Beverly Molehills are going head-to-head against our hometown team, the Downtown Chicago Bosses. Starting off for the Bosses. He's got his fisticuffs ready, and he's ready to rumble. It's Nick Hasebrock. Boom, boom, jab, cross, boom, boom, boom. On anchor. She'll kill you with one stare. It's Heather Shaw. Ooh, look at those muscles. She can do it, just like Rosie the Riveter. And your captain for the Bosses, the incomparable Patrick Conley. Whoop, he's so tiny. Look at him go. So tiny. And the lady of the hour, it is your referee, Rep Sparkle.
Hello, loyal fans. Hello, not Muddy Let Fiona. Happy Descendants of the America's History Month to you.
Thank you so much, and to you as well. And honestly, it was an honor to be Mariolette, even if it was just for a fleeting moment.
I know how you feel. Fiona, how are you doing tonight? What's something today that brought you a little bit of like joy and some smiles?
I got to dress up as a witch and play a bunch of games earlier, and that was already a highlight. So I'm coming in feeling great.
The brouhaha of it all was amazing.
How about you? How about you, Ref Sparkle?
Oh, I'm so great. I got to hang out with friends and make beautiful floral arrangements all day. It was great. Brought me lots of joy and peace and happiness. Fiona, based on that poll you took earlier today, do we have any new fans in the Comedy Dome?
No!
All right, well, hello, everyone. You know the deal. Fantastic. Only one more thing I'll go over is a very important foul. There's so many fouls, but this foul applies to this arena that we're playing in right now, and that would be our technical foul. If one of our players glitches, doesn't turn their sound on when it's their turn to talk, or their Wi-Fi suddenly cuts out and we stop seeing them, I will honk my comedy horn, and I will remove points from them. I can give them negative points. I also, like Fiona mentioned earlier, have lots of power, so I might just award points for whatever I like. It's going to be a hard match tonight because our two captains, last time they met, it got ugly. It got vicious. These are two players that come to win every single time. Fiona, I don't know about you, but are you ready to see these captains on the field?
I am positively shaking with anticipation.
Alrighty, well then let's not have you shake any longer. Can I please get the captains to the field? Captain Ashley, Captain Pad, how are you doing tonight?
Couldn't be better. Couldn't be better, Ref Sparkle.
I couldn't be better except than Pad, so I am doing better than Pad, but other than that, I could not be better.
Alrighty. I see it. This grudge is still not let go. Now, Captain Ashley, how have the Molehills prepared for tonight's match?
We ate several boxes of ice cream bars from Costco, so we're hyped up on sugar. We're ready to murder.
Ooh, you know that's it's a strong way to play. Pat, how did the Bosses prepare for tonight?
We did a lot of deep breathing, knowing that we were going up against the Molehills, just to try to calm ourselves down, try to make sure we weren't psyched out. We're very, very intimidated, so we just want to get through it.
Alrighty, well, let's see. I'm going to start us off with a little bit of a coin toss to determine which team will go first for our opening who will select the game for our opening head-to-head. Now, do either of you have something to drink next to you?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Can you please hold it up so that we can see it? Great. There we go. I see a little bit. Great. All righty. Now, I cannot see through Captain Pad's drink there, so I'm going to just honor system this. When I honk my horn, you must chug your entire beverage and finish it to completion. Whoever finishes their beverage first gets to pick the opening head-to-head. On your mark.
This is so carbonated.
On your mark. Get set. Drink. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's see what the technique is here. Pad's lifting. Here we go. Let's go for it. I see Ashley. She's got a Oh, and
It's so cold.
Good try, Pat. He's recovering. There might be things on the ground. He's all right. I see your finger. We do not need to call a virtual medic because you know what can we do in this case?
Oh, that was horrible.
We all had to know that burp was coming.
What flavor was that?
That was ginger and white peach.
Oh,
my
no.
goodness.
It's completely in my sinuses. I'm fine.
You know what? That is an herbal sinus rinse. Good for you. Hopefully that helps you in the match. We're going to give Pat a moment to recover while I ask Captain Ashley, what game would you like to challenge the bosses to for our opening head-to-head?
Boy, for the record, mine was also carbonated. It was sparkling LaCroix, and it was cold. There were melted ice cubes. But anyway, the game we like to call is Gamer-matic.
Ooh, excellent. Let's field our teams. In the chat, loyal fans, if you could please drop some initials. They could be yours, they could be others. For instance, myself, Ref Sparkle, I would put RF in the chat. Again, any initials, just drop them in the chat. What's going to do that now? Do that right now. What's going to happen is each captain, we will select some initials. Each captain will have to then invent a game based on those initials. Both teams will play the games that they have created, and then you, our loyal fans, will vote as to, no, actually, you know what? I'm going to choose. Ooh. I'm going to choose which game I liked more. Fiona said it. I got power, and I'm wielding it. All right. So let's see. We've got, Fiona, can you pick some initials for us, please?
I would love to. Jane needs coffee. Way to go. JF really jumped out at me.
Solid. JF. Alrighty. Let's see. Ref Sparkle. Is going to pick Pad first. Pad, what game would you like to play with your team?
This is the game of Joke Farm. This is where one set of players does a scene set on a farm, but then at any moment, once the horn honks, we have to switch to the other players who are the animals watching and commenting and critiquing that scene.
Excellent. Joke Farm for the bosses. And Captain Ashley, what game would you like to play for the Molehills?
So our game is Just Friends, and just our friends Simon and Todd will be doing a scene, but they will both be voiced by me.
Alrighty. We are going to start with Joke Farm from the bosses. Joke Farm. Pat, will you tell us the rules one more time to Joke Farm?
Yes, the blue team will be doing a scene, but at any point you're going to honk the horn, and the red team will come in as farm animals who are watching that scene from the other side of the farm to give us commentary on what their thoughts are.
Excellent. Thank you. Let's see. This is Joke Farm as played by the bosses. On your mark, get set, comedy.
Well, I took her down to the
Sorry, no, I was.
I took her down to the river, and I taught her to drink, but she just won't be drinking.
Oh, Bessie.
We can't lose another horse to dehydration.
Not again. Did you try?
Not in this global climate.
Let's hear from the animals.
Bark, 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 bark.
They call that listening skills. Bark, 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 bark.
I told them I don't like water. I need some flavor and some crystal light or something.
And here I just want a cud. Oh, I would take both food.
Did you try putting something in the water, like some whiskey or some flavors? I'm gonna cuddle this little goat.
A little bit of whiskey in that drink. That might be all she needs.
Wow, this lady's great, and I'm not kidding.
Where's my phone?
And then the horse threw me off into a ditch, and it just kept riding away because of how drunk it was. I'm not saying it's a bad idea.
Well, I'll tell you.
That horse.
Get out of here, Caroline! You run like the wind!
My show.
Oh no, the bees are back!
Oh,
the bees are back!
Sorry, Billy.
I hate it when they call us bees. We are definitely hornets.
Buzz.
All right, thank you, bosses. Thank you. I'm gonna remember that joke farm happening. We are now gonna hear from the Molehills, the game of Just Friends. Captain Ashley, can you please tell us about Just Friends one more time?
Yeah, Just Friends is friends Todd and Simon doing a scene. Can we get a suggestion for that scene in the chat?
Absolutely.
And they won't be able to talk though. I will be voicing both of them.
Excellent. And if in the chat, if we can get a suggestion of something that made you like smile or giggle today, something that made you smile or giggle today, put that in the chats. We like joy. We're doing this for the funs and the yucks and the yums. So put in some joy into that chat so that these incredible molehills have something to play off of. If not, I'm just gonna scroll and find something that's already been said. You know what? I see the word explode in the chat, so I'm gonna use explode as your inspiration. Molehills, ready, set, comedy.
Oh, Bobby, it's so hot out here. Oh, I just can't take it. I'm sweating so profusely. I'm soaked. I'm literally drenched. Bobby, do you hear what I'm saying to you? Yeah, I do, Ernie. I'm also pretty warm. Trying to tie these hot coals in a bun is really hard work. Oh, Bobby, we gotta get these coals out of here. They were due 8 hours ago. Ernie, I'm going as fast as I can, but these gloves keep melting. Bobby, are you a complainer? Are you a problem solver? You really need to think about the situation before you just start spouting off complaints. What are your complaints helping? Ernie, somebody left me. I don't know how I can work under these conditions. There's no wife to go home to. Bobby, why didn't you say something before? Everybody stop production immediately. Bobby's got a problem. The family, community, emergency company meeting at once. Everybody come sit down.
We'll stop there. Thank you, Molehill. Thank you. All right. Yeah. Dance interlude. Whew, all right. Excellent gameplay by both teams. It's a hairpin close, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it to the bosses.
Boom!
Drawing play out the gate. I really appreciated everyone's gameplay in that. It was incredible. But the bosses just had it a little bit more.
And we did it.
We get a bonus point for helping them. We did help their game.
Absolutely. We're going to give 5 points to the bosses for taking the head-to-head, and let's get a bonus point to, you know what? We're going to give a bonus point to each of the molehills. So give them 3 points, please.
Hey! I just want to say that is fair.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Astute, right? Tough but fair. That's what I strive for. Tough, fair, and sparkly. That's my gag. Alrighty. Thank you so much. Captain Pad, you took the head-to-head, which means your team gets to pick a team choice round. What would the bosses like to play?
Well, we've seen a lot of range from both teams. We'd like to show even more by giving you our Oscar-winning moment.
Ooh, yes, please field your team.
Team.
Excellent. In the chat, can I please have think of a family vacation that you've gone on, and think of a physical object from that family vacation that played a significant role, perhaps, in the vacation in some way. Maybe if you guys traveled to the beach for a vacation, maybe a boogie board. might be something that played a part in that vacation. So drop your vacation props in the chat, please. What's going to happen is the bosses will be doing a scene, and at any point, I will honk my comedy horn, and they will, whichever player I call on, will then have to perform their dramatic moment, their Oscar award-winning, dramatic or comedic, because you can win an Oscar for comedy. Marissa Tomei did it, and I'm proud of her. They will be giving us their most dramatic or most comedic or most dramedy of it all. We're gonna see moments from each of them and see how that goes. It will be incredible. All right. Ooh, Fiona, can you get us a suggestion for a movie title based on one of the suggestions from the loyal fans?
Oh, I am going to combine a couple.
Thank you.
I'm going to say it is the Beach Express on tape.
Ooh. Friends, loyal fans, all of you incredible people watching at home, we are about to see an incredible scene from, one more time, Fiona.
The Beach Express on tape.
Ooh, get ready. Get set. Here it comes.
Jerry,
Yes?
we're gonna have to shut down the Beach Express.
Oh, God, no. What about the orphans?
We have everything documented on tapes.
They'll lose their funding if we shut down the Beach Express. It's where the orphans perform.
Jerry, I'm gonna take the orphans with me.
No.
I'm sorry to interrupt in the office, but I just want to let you...
Danny, get back from the office door.
Sorry.
Oh, Danny.
Heather, Oscar award-winning moment.
Oh, Danny. Danny's the orphan that made me believe in the Beach Express. Danny's the orphan that's been here for 25 years. Danny! Oh, Danny boy! Tomorrow! I don't know what tomorrow brings for you, Danny, but I know I'm never gonna let you go. Whatever happens to the Beach Express, Danny, you're coming with me, and you can even bring your little dog, Sammy.
Continue.
Well, you've got quite the mouth on you, don't you?
I'm sorry, did someone call for Sammy, my dog that everyone loves? Oh, good.
I'll let you deal with him. Get in here, Danny, with your little dog.
Well, I would, except that was over 25 years ago, and that dog is long gone.
Danny, Oscar award-winning moment.
When I turned 18, 7 years ago, I thought, surely now that I'm an adult, legally able to fend for myself, someone will want me. They're not even responsible for raising me at this point. But the only one who was by my side was my dog, Sammy, ever loyal, always following me around. It was only recently I learned about mortality, and it turns out that I've just been carrying around a taxidermy dog this entire time. Everyone told me how well-behaved Sammy was, but it was a stuffed animal! A stuffed animal! And everyone wants Sammy around more than me!
Continue.
I'm so sorry that I lied.
You see what you did?
Jerry!
Do you see what you did, Veronica?
Nick, Oscar award-winning moment.
What they don't know is I'm a British spy. And I've been recording all of their exploits on my tape that I've got underneath my shirt collar. There we go. Oh, I just admitted that out loud, didn't I, to everyone?
Barry!
What? Yes, I'm drunk. Don't listen to me. I'm very drunk.
Danny and I are leaving you.
I get to leave the orphanage?
Yes!
No, stay.
Oh my goodness! The drama, the comedy. From the chat, I'd like to just shout out Little Orphan Danny. Thank you so much. Gave me a good chuckle there. Loyal fans, remember that game. I know I will. You're going to vote in just a little bit. You have the power to determine who gets the next set of points. But before you do that, let's have the captain of the Beverly Hills to the screen. Captain Ashley, how you feeling? You're a couple points behind. How we doing? Oh no! Ashley! You have committed the technical foul!
Oh!
It breaks my heart. I am going to take away all 3 of your points.
Okay, cool. But can we get a couple points for a mispronunciation of our team name foul though?
Oh, what was the mispronunciation? Please clarify so that we know the name properly.
You said Mill Hills.
Yeah, I speak 2 languages. I don't know which one's coming out of my mouth sometimes. I will award you a point for my own fallacies. Thank you for keeping me humble. All right, so you're back on the board with 1. What are you gonna do to challenge the Oscar award-winning moment?
Oh man, everyone in those Oscar-winning roles starts with an audition. So we are going to play audition.
Excellent. Let's get the molehills to the screen. Loyal fans in the chat, will you please give us a suggestion of one of your favorite let's see, do this. What's a play or that does not exist? Give us the title of a play that is a piece of theatrically written art that has never been heard of before. What's going to happen is the lovely Fiona Stevens will be, our voice announcer, will be conducting an audition for a community theater production of a play that we are about to pick that name of. We will be seeing all of the molehills audition for this play. What I also need in the chat is some inspiration for these characters. So can you throw in just some good occupations in the chat? Can you also throw in throw in your favorite snack foods. I personally love a good little chips and salsa. That's one of my favorite snacks. And basically anything I eat, I put lime on it, so it's just lime with things. Great. Let's see. I've got some coming in for Captain Ashley to inspire your character for this game. Your suggestion is Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its. Simon, to inspire your character for this game, your suggestion is Board Game Critic. Board Game Critic. And then who is our Todd? Oh, I see. We've got a paper friend. And friend, your suggestion is Lottery Ticket Designer. Lottery Ticket Designer. Excellent. While they're getting that into their brains, Fiona, what play are our friends auditioning for?
I believe we are going to take Brian Seby's suggestion. We are going to be doing the play The Merry Frauds.
Opened in the West End, came to the States. It's a classic, The Merry Frauds.
It's been a favorite of mine since it debuted.
Amazing. For The Merry Frauds, Molehills, are you ready?
Yes.
Excellent. And let's play.
Welcome to the off Broadway and actually on Schaumburg. Community Theater Players presents The Merry Fraud auditions. Thank you for coming. I am so excited at the huge turnout of 3 people, and I would like you to step forward and introduce yourselves.
Hello, my name is Gerta Dink. I am auditioning for the part of April. Very excited to work with you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming back. I loved you in The Horrible Stink. I loved you. You were wonderful.
course you did.
Oh. Yes, you in the hat.
Hey, my name is Matthew Fisher Price, and it's my birthday.
Well, I must say, happy birthday, but I am an artist, and I will not be giving preferential treatment simply because it is the day of your birth.
Oh,
Understood?
yeah.
All right, thank you, Matthew. And our final auditioner.
Hi. My name is Greg. I design lottery tickets, and I want to be a Muppet. I think I have what it takes. They look so hot and so fresh, but I got a lot going on. I got some mask hair back here and a big personality.
Greg, I gotta tell you, your body language is everything to me right now. Everything you're selling, I'm buying. I'm not sold just yet, but I'm buying. All right. We all know The Merry Frauds is a classic, but we've gotta see if we've got the chemistry for this. Greta, you mentioned you are auditioning for the role of April, so let's have you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Goethe.
Goethe. Oh, I'm so sorry. Mispronunciation kills show. Goethe. I will have you playing the role of April. Greg, I will have you playing the role of Humphrey.
Oh, that sounds great.
And Matthew, you will be playing the role of Wandering Lord. We are, of course, in the scene where the court is in the midst of finding out that there is treachery, but there is also romance. So, Goethe, you will be kicking us off, of course. You all have your scripts?
Yes, of course. Just so you know, I made some adjustments to the script. I'm taking a little liberty, joining my own experience. Okay, so here we go.
All right, let's see what you've got.
How dare you look down upon me because I am the heir to the Cheez-Its fortune. How could I have come so far if not for cheese?
Where do I sit?
Well, anywhere you want, it's fine. And how dare I? How dare you? Let me count all the ways you could have dared otherwise. 1, 2, 3.
I do not have my cape with me today, but I am swishing my cape.
Okay, scene. Well, listen, Greta, I was confused at first about the additions you made, but honestly, I like them.
If it's easy for you to remember, you may call me Miss Dink.
Miss Dink, yes, I will call you Miss Dink from now on. Thank you. Mispronunciation. I need to do my elocution lessons. Anyway, Matthew Fisher Price, I loved it. But I would love it if you could seem more lost. I would love, I felt like you deep down, you knew where to sit. And so I would love for, by the end of this scene, for you to have a moment of pure chaos of confusion. Thank you. And Greg, you are a true artist. I would love for you to turn your monologue in this into a life lesson. That would be great.
Oh, okay. Me could do.
All right. We're jumping to the mass wedding and tax preparation scene. I believe Miss Dunk, you can start us off.
We are gathered here today to speak of the thinness, the crispness, the butteriness of love, and cheese and flavor. Excuse me?
I love love so much. And you know what is important in love? Is sharing. It is important that you share your heart and your time and just find time for everyone. And do you know what? Do you know what? Can I tell you a secret? You have to come here.
Please tell me a secret.
I love you.
This is my staff. I assume you will have it made for the show. It would be a staff about 7 feet. I'm banging it very high on the ground.
Impressive.
Happy birthday to you.
Beautiful.
Happy birthday to
Oh, mystery this time, yes.
Pause it there! Pause it there! That was hauntingly beautiful. You're all cast! I can't do this show without you!
Oh my goodness, loyal fans. We've seen incredible art from both teams. Fiona, how are you feeling after that game of audition?
I completely blacked out. What happened? What happened?
You know what? People laughed, they cried, literally. They sang happy birthday, all kinds of things happened. It was dramatic and riveting. Just like the game of our game that we saw from our bosses. Loyal fans, you need to vote. You need to let us know which of these teams wins this incredible game. You saw Oscar-winning You saw the Oscar award-winning moment from the bosses. You saw audition from the Beverly Molehills. Vote. Use your democratic powers and vote.
Ooh, it's getting to be a closer one. It was looking like a runaway, but with 54% to 46%, this could be anybody's.
Oh my goodness. The poll's still going.
We're climbing up.
Open.
Only a few seconds left. Can we catch up? Oh, and now the answer is the Oscar-winning moment of the bosses takes it.
Oh, 5 points to the bosses!
206 to 186.
Whew. Oof, just incredible. Again, these two teams, I told you, they came to play. They are intense, and we're going to keep this match going because I know that the Molehills want to come back. Alrighty, let's see. I've got, can I have my captains to the field, please? Can I have them remain on?
Wow. I just, we were just hoping to hold our own against a team like the Molehills, and to be in the lead is just, I don't know what to do from here. We didn't have a plan.
All right, well, since you don't have a plan, Captain Ashley, I will let you pick the next game for the head-to-head. Your team is behind by 9 points. What do you think can help the Molehills come back?
Obviously, after a night filled of Oscar-winning moment and audition, we can only choose film pitch.
Ooh, excellent choice. Can I have all players to the screen, please? In the chat, loyal fans, what I need from you is just throw some of your favorite movies in the chat, preferably movies that have more than one word in them. So yeah, put whatever your favorite movie that makes you cry, makes you laugh, makes the movie that you put on for comfort. Last night in the world of scary movie time, I watched Scream. Still holds up, just to let you know. But that is a one-word syllable or one-word suggestion of a movie. Again, multiple words in the chat of your fave movies. What's going to happen is I will call on our players burn box style, and based on the suggestion, they will replace a word that's in the movie title and make a good little pun for us. Because you know what? We enjoy that here at the Comedy Sports. Alrighty, so let's see. We've got some suggestions coming into the chat. Anyone's coming? Fiona, will you pick our first movie suggestion, please?
I would love to. I would like to start off, courtesy of Lizzie Powers, with Monsters, Inc.
Ooh, a classic. Monsters, Inc. is your suggestions. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to start with Nick. Nick.
Okay, alright. So you know how it's almost a Halloween right now, you know what I mean? Listen, we get all those classic monsters together, you know what I mean? Frankenstein, the headless guy, the woman, you know? All of them, okay? And look, they try and take a heist, and then they get arrested. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Monsters Clink, huh?
Let's go over to Simon. Simon.
Okay, here we go. All right, this one's the blockbuster just waiting to happen. All right, a plumber just trying to do his job, right? He's going about his business, and he goes to this one house. Rumor has it, site of a gruesome murder. Okay, he walks on in. He's got pipes, he's got a wrench, he's got everything, and then a bunch of ghosts and stuff start appearing. This one coming soon, Monsters Sink.
Oh, excellent. Let's give this over to Heather. Heather.
I'm Hilary Duff, and you're watching the Disney Channel. Up next, all of your favorite Disney Channel stars skateboard back onto the screen for this Halloween special, Monsters Brink.
Oh, Todd.
Hey everyone, I hope you're having a lovely day. We're going to tone it down a little bit with a classic. It's a story of love and discovering yourself through the arts of therapy. That's why I'm happy to present Monsters Shrink.
Oh, very nice. We're going to move on to another suggestion. Your next suggestion is, the Babysitters Club.
Oh!
The Babysitters Club. We will start with Captain Pad.
All right, you're gonna love this. This one is amazing. In this movie, there's a group of middle schoolers who decide to make some extra money by watching people's kids. But one night they find, why are we getting so scratched up and bitten? This is the Babysitter's Cub.
Captain Ashley.
Oh, it's Jerry. You're gonna love this one. So this bathtub needs to be watched 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Somebody's got to keep an eye on this tub or the world will end. All right? It's called the Babysitter's Tub.
Very nice. Heather.
In this documentary, we take a look behind the scenes of the dark world of children's pageant shows like Toddlers and Tiara. Over-caffeinated children star in this documentary, the Baby Jitters Club.
Let's go to Todd.
What happened when Jenny got into ska and it wasn't enough? She had to go further into the music styles that we learned. And that's right, when she began to grow her hair out, we all knew it was over because Jennifer had begun the Babysitter's Dub.
Fiona, let's get one more suggestion. One more suggestion, please.
Yes. Thank you so much. I would love to take Missy Sue's suggestion of Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom. Temple of Doom. Let us go to Nick. Nick.
All right. It's Meryl Streep, and it's a love story with her and Russell Wilson from the Seattle Seahawks. Sports fans, you'll know this one. It's the Temple of Boom.
Let's go over to Simon.
In a world where meat products have been outlawed, what happens when everything goes awry? Find out this fall in The Tempe of Doom.
We'll hold there. Nicely done, players. All right, loyal fans, they did an incredible job, but now you have to do your incredible job. In the chat, vote in that poll that Fiona just threw up there. Which team do you think did a better job? Was it the incredible pun stylings of the downtown Chicago bosses, or did you prefer the comedy stylings of the Beverly Molehills? Vote. Use your power to vote. It's important that you do so. Look at all the pressuring that these players are doing to you to get you to vote for them.
Ref Sparkle, I would love to remind everyone too, if they're enjoying the show, that there are several ways that they can support our theater and our players.
Tell us more, Fiona.
Well, for one, we are starting in-person shows this weekend, and we have our opening next weekend, so you can see in-person shows. You can also subscribe to our channel, and we also now have the option to tip players. So if you scroll down on our page to the donate section, there is information there, or you can do /tip jar and find out more information in the chat. None of this is mandatory. All of it is on Twitch is free, but if you want to support it, why not?
Excellent. Support the artists that you're seeing tonight. If you're able to, I know we're all out here, the hustle is real, but if you got a little extra dough in your pockets, tip some players. What a cool idea. Fiona, are the results of the poll in?
They sure are! And guess what? We got a burning barn, because the red team, the Beverly Molehills, have gotten those points.
All right.
Bringing our score to 10 to 6. 10 to 6.
Ooh, all right, we are getting close. I think there's only one way to determine who's going to take this match. Can I get our captain to the field? Pat, how's your nose feeling?
It's feeling great. And during that last game, I was like, maybe I need to get a second one of these because I chugged so much. And I didn't make a dent. I got to like here in this one. I have so much of the strength left.
You know what? I don't know if we've ruined carbonated beverages for you forever, but I'm glad you went back and you're enjoying it.
We're getting there.
Alrighty. Now, listen, captains, we have come to a critical point. It is our 6 things, nay, I say our 6 fangs round. I need each of you to select a player to send out of the room. Bosses, who will it be for you?
For the blue team, it's going to be me so I can finish this.
Excellent. Enjoy your hydration pad. See you in a little bit. Captain Ashley, who are you sending out to be your guesser for 6 things?
Against Pat? Todd.
Ooh, strong choice. I believe this was the matchup that last time caused a great deal of tension on the field. So I am interested to see how this goes down. We have removed those players from the virtual dome. They can no longer hear us or see us. Comedy Sports Loyal fans, you've all been here per that poll at the top of the show. It's 6 things. Y'all know how this goes. We're going to get a boatload of suggestions from you right now. Let's see. We've got our things popping up. We've got several of those things based on what was it? Fall activities, something of the like earlier.
It was based on spooky apparel and friendship.
Oh, and boy, have it. Alrighty. What's going to happen is, like many of you already know, these players are going to have to guess all of these suggestions, and our players that are remaining on the teams will be giving their best to let them know how to do it. So we're going to start with our first thing. I will get some suggestions for our first thing, which is lighting a candle. Lighting a candle. In the chat, can I please get your a suggestion of a 90s sitcom that is not Friends or Seinfeld? A 90s sitcom that is not Friends or Seinfeld. There were other ones. They were pretty great too. Put that in there. Let's see. And can I also get a suggestion of your favorite let's say your favorite hip hop artist. Your favorite hip hop artist in the chat. Drop that in. Alrighty. Oh, I see some. For lighting a candle, your candle is in fact, oh man, I'm taking it. Night Court. Your candle is Night Court. Hot dog. So excited about that. I could talk for the rest of the show about Night Court. Marsha Warfield, you're a dream, but let's continue. You are the source of fire, be it a lighter or matches, is Jay-Z. Is Jay-Z, the one and only Hove. Fiona, will you please get suggestions for our next thing?
I would love to. Our next activity, unless I am mistaken, is using a Ouija board. Woo! They are going to be using a Ouija board, but not an ordinary Ouija board. I would like the planchette, the little
triangle
indicator thing, the triangle, the planchette. Can I get a suggestion of what is an item that doesn't look dangerous but is? Please pop those in the chat. And then can we also get a suggestion of what is a musical that that you absolutely loved when you were in high school?
Oh, for me, we couldn't escape Rent. Rent was everywhere when I was in high school. It was 523,000 sets of Rent.
Fantastic. I am going to be replacing the planchette with that is going to be a pool noodle. It's going to be very spooky pool noodle.
Yeah.
And the board itself is going to be. Oh, I love this. Jane Needs Coffee and Brian Sebi, you both got it. It's Little Shop of Horrors. Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Also a fave musical of mine. Big fan. I had an intense childhood crush on Rick Moranis. Don't ask.
Oh, who didn't?
Moving on to our next thing, I believe, which was going to a pumpkin patch.
I believe so.
Pumpkin patching. Can I get a suggestion in the chat of a sports team that you like? Or if you're like, I don't sports, but I know this name of one. Just a sports team in the chat. And can I also please get a musical artist that, we did one of those. We did that. Oh, you know what? What's your favorite flower? Put your favorite flower in the chat. That's what I want to know. I'm a florist by day. I like flowers. Alrighty. The pumpkins in the pumpkin patch are indeed the Philadelphia Flyers, the Philly Flyers. And you are at the pumpkin patch with a carnation. A carnation.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, they're a hardy flower. They last long. I appreciate the carns. They're nice.
And they're the carns.
Yeah, the carns. The carns are real cute.
All right. Well, then I'm going to follow that up with visiting a haunted house.
Yeah.
So spoopy. All right. So for this one, I would love a suggestion of what is a location like if you were on a road trip, you would absolutely pull over if you saw a sign for like this attraction or this this landmark. If you didn't know where you were and you were surprised to see a sign for it. What is a location that you would absolutely pull over for any day? And then I would also love an item that your grandparents probably owned. So we are visiting a haunted house, and the house itself, it is the house itself is the world's biggest ball of string. I'm gonna say it's the biggest ball of twine. String or twine, I'll take it. I'm not too mean. And they are with let's see. I'm gonna say I'm actually scooting up for some of these. They are with a jellyfish.
Nice. I'm a big fan of the jellyfishes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Alrighty, our next thing is ghost hunting, I believe. Ghost hunting. In the chat, can I please get what's one of your favorite literary characters? Characters from literature.
Ooh, literature.
Literature, yes. Those things that go you open and they're physical. Or even not even now. You can ebook most things. So your favorite character from literature. And can I also please get a suggestion of something that like a substance that kind of like grosses you out, minding the brown bag foul, or the foul, please. What's something that like for me, like the idea of riblets really kind of like grosses me out. I don't know if it's because it's also part of my name, not rib, the let part. Yeah, something that's kind of just like, ugh, that makes you kind of do that. Alrighty, so for the ghost hunting, we will say that the ghosts themselves are they're all Hagrid, all of them. They're just Hagrid.
So I want to go to there.
Yeah, and Missy Sue 1 2 3. I agree with you. We will say that your fellow ghost hunters are deviled eggs. Deviled eggs. Thank you. Oops, all Hagrids.
Oops, all Hagrids.
Yes, and you're with deviled eggs. And Fiona, will you bring us home for our last activity of watching The Nightmare Before Christmas?
Absolutely. I would love some suggestions of who is someone who was really famous in the 90s and 2000s. Like maybe you feel like they didn't get enough credit for being so great. Or maybe they were just a personal favorite of yours or someone you know. Like, you know, your mom always sees them in the magazines in the grocery store and is like, oh, I love them. Cop them, and then also I would love a suggestion of please give me an item that appears in a musical or in a movie. I would like your third choice object that appears in a musical or movie.
Ooh, third choice, not your first.
Third choice. I don't want the first thing that pops into your head, the second thing. I want the third thing.
Yeah, that's fair. That's absolutely fair.
All right, so we are watching The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I love this. The TV they're watching it on, or the screen that they're watching it on, that is going to be Sally Field.
A dream.
An absolute dream. And then wow. Ooh. Okay. The popcorn that they're eating while they're watching the movie, that is the Reynolds pamphlet.
Oh my goodness. Yep. That's that's a tough one. I appreciate that.
It's a 10-pointer.
It's a 10-pointer. Alrighty, thank you, loyal fans, for all of your suggestions. We are going to go ahead and bring our players back into the virtual comedy dome. These teams will be facing off against one another. Each team will have 90 seconds to get their teammate to correctly guess all of these things. Now they are not able to use any known language. They must completely speak in gibberish and using their hands and faces to mime these things. And when it comes to the activities, they are not allowed to do the activity for the player. They need to do the best that they can in order to get the guesser to get them correctly. I think we've got our players. Do we have our players ready back in the dome?
Just about. Yes.
Almost.
Yes,
here
we
go.
do.
I see all of our. Yep. Alrighty. Here we go. Pad, you are up first. The bosses are up first. We've got 90 seconds on the clock. Bosses, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes, we're ready to play.
Yes.
And begin.
Skibberwa, oh, skibberwa.
Oh, sweetie.
One minute.
Oh, skibberda, kung, haraba, skada, fuataraba. Oh, skibberda, fuobodo, kabada, fuababa.
seconds. 30 seconds.
Skip it qua, ba, skip it wa, kaba, waba, skip it wa, 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 skaba da ba da ba ba da, skaba da ba da ba, skip wa. Skabba-dabba-wa, skabba-wa-ba-ba.
Three. Skifwa. 3 seconds remain.
Okay. What are you doing?
I am lighting a candle. The candle is the classic TV show Night Court. And the place I'm doing it in is a singer I absolutely do know but cannot think of, and I'm gonna need those 3 seconds.
Alrighty, so Pat, you are lighting a candle. That is correct. Your candle is that show, and you are completely wrong on the last one. You got 3 seconds to figure it out. On your mark, get set, go.
Time's up.
Alrighty, Pad, give us everything. What are you doing?
Okay, I am lighting a candle. The candle is Night Court, and my lighting instrument is Beyonce.
Oh, Pad, incorrect for the steal. Todd, what are you doing?
I am lighting a candle. The candle is Night Court, and I better get that dirt off my shoulder because the lighter is Jay-Z.
That is correct! The 5 points go to the Molehills, which now puts them in the lead, I believe.
You are correct. Our score is currently 10-11 in favor of the Molehills.
This was the plan all along. It's fine.
The Molehills, the Molehills, the Molehills, the Malhills, it don't matter because now they above the hill because they up by a point.
It does say the mill holes on the scoreboard.
Let's get the Molehills to the screen so that we can get, it is their turn to get to the guesses. Let's see, Molehills, you've got 90 seconds on the clock for the second round of 6 things. Let us begin.
Askabasama achara. Pa. Aska. Woo. Ashuba. Ashuba.
Abosco.
Ashabasha. Tisama. Basa.
Is a foie.
Yep.
Foie. Is a sploosh, sploosh, sploosh. A whoop, whoop.
1 minute. 1 minute.
If a whoop is a whoop. Oui. Yeah. Is.
Iskaba. Wa. Waba. Ochaba. Jaraba. Jarabara para para.
Alrighty, Todd. Let's stop the clock.
That is 26 seconds.
Alrighty, Todd, go ahead. You're so excited. Go ahead.
I'm doing it's like Milton Bradley game, the Ouija board. The pointer on the Ouija board is a fanoodle, and the board itself is little shop of horrors, bop, ship, bop.
Todd, you are correct. For an additional bonus point, what is the official name of the pointer on the Ouija board?
The Spirit Triangle.
Very close, very close. You were correct with everything, however, so let's give 5 points to the Molehill. Woo-hoo!
What is it
Pat,
called?
In a moment of generosity, Pat, if you can tell us the official name of the pointer on the Ouija board, I will give you an additional point. What is it called?
It's the Ouija.
What universe? Very potentially that one, but no, friend. It is not. It is indeed called a planchette.
Oh.
Put that in your trivia hats.
Bob Newhart's wife on the show, yeah.
Fiona, what is our score at now?
Our score is currently 10-16 in favor of the molehills, moleholes.
This is what we planned for all along. This is exactly where we expect it to be. We're good.
I believe this is kind of how it went last time, so I can see how you're planned for this. Alrighty, bosses, you have a chance to earn 5 big points here. Let's get going. On your mark, get set.
Gasha birara, gasha birara, gasha ba, gaza ba, hee hee.
Ooh.
Igasha ba zaba, gasha ba. Igasha ba.
Oh, it's good.
Igasha ba zaba za. Igasha ba, igasha ba.
Oh, see what, boom, boom, scapasata.
Igasha ba, king.
Scapasa.
Oof. Oh, igasha ba zaba. Oh, si bisha ba ba. Oh, let's up sa.
Oh, skip it.
Skip Ah, det var bra. Ah, ska bara ska bara va?
Splat.
Ah, ska bara va? Ska bara ska bara
30 seconds.
Dong. Ah, ska bara ska bara
Oh, skip it.
Next time! No more time!
Pat!
Yes!
For some points, what are you doing?
I'm carving a jack-o'-lantern with friends, but like way later in the season. The jack-o'-lantern itself is the Philadelphia Flyers, and the person that I am doing it with is a wilted rose.
All right, Pat, I'm gonna be real honest.
Yes.
Only one of those things was correct.
What's the activity? Did I get the activity?
Not at all. Your gourd was in fact the Philly Flyers. That it was all that was correct. But now I believe they are out of time, so we are going to turn this over to Todd for a potential steal.
I am picking a pumpkin. The pumpkin is the Philadelphia Flyers, and I am with an elegant and overpriced bubble blower.
That's what I saw.
While imaginative, incorrect. You were going to a pumpkin patch. The pumpkin was the Philadelphia Flyers, and you were with a carnation.
A wilted rose.
A wilted rose. And a very fancy bubble blower.
That was my problem.
I mean, if I can get that job, hot dog. Alrighty, so our score still remains 10-16 in favor of the
Mulholland Opus.
In favor of the red team.
In favor of the red team. Let's see, for an opportunity to get some more points and going into the next round, Molehills, let's take it away.
Oh, he's a fuzz. He's yeah, it's
Askaba. Sweek. What?
1 minute.
Askara. Aswarasa, like a swara. Like Ika manzana. Excuse me. Like a chasabaras.
That's what? That's what
is what?
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Is a splooshy. Is a whoop. No. A floop. Isa floop. It's about
10 seconds.
Iba basketball.
Isa
About floop. Oh, basketball.
5,
Basketball. Floop.
4, 3.
Alrighty, I think we got 3 seconds on the clock.
We have 3 seconds on the clock.
3 seconds on the clock. Todd, what are you doing?
I am going through a haunted house. The house is a ball of twine, and I am with a jellyfish.
I'll take it. That is correct. You were at a haunted house. It was the big ball of twine, world's biggest ball of twine, and you were
of
with
course.
a jellyfish. Excellent. So Fiona, what is our score at now?
Our score is currently 10 to 21 in favor of the molehills.
You know what? We're coming into our last rounds here, so
All
I
part
think
of
it's
the
time
plan.
to double these points.
All part of the plan.
Part of the plan.
You're right.
Yeah, it's double points time. So the next 2 rounds are worth 10 points each. I believe we are up to it's the boss's turn now. Bosses, this is your chance to come back and possibly just become a shy of the lead. You might need a steal. Let's see how we fall. Let's go. On your mark, get set, go.
Skip it. Ooh, skip it. Skip it. Ooh, skip it. Ooh, skip it. Skip it. Skip it. Ka. Oh.
You got what about Gazi Bagiti Shapi? I got oh shit.
I'm sorry, Heather, for that infraction. We are going to take 5 points away from the bosses.
Part of the plan. This is right where we wanted to be from the start.
I respect that. That's where you want to be in the plan. In that. Alrighty. We have 51 seconds left on the clock. The bosses are now down to 5 points. Heather, please continue.
I'll try. Okay. Da 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 da. Yes, Yabashaba. He goes,
Let's go.
30 seconds.
Skip it.
All right, Pad. What are you doing?
Okay, I am ghost busting. The ghost that I am busting is Hagrid, and I am with deviled eggs.
That is correct. I will take ghost busting. That's correct.
Yes!
Alrighty. Points to the bosses.
All part of the plan, including the cussies.
You're never going to believe this, Ref Sparkle, but with that additional 5 points, we are back to the score before that thing, which is 10 to 16 to 21.
15, 21?
It should be, it's 10 points.
10 to it is 15 to 21.
15
My
to
bad.
21.
Thank you
Alrighty.
for catching my math.
I sent you the
It's all
check in the
good.
mail.
Loyal fans, we're
does
moving into our
checks?
last round. Now, if the Molehills get this, they will could secure their victory. However, if they do not, and the blue team steals, they will come back from behind for a big, big upset. We are moving into our final thing. Red team, it's time for you to take it away. Let's finish this grudge match, y'all. Let's go.
Asparasa, ara, swara, tik tik.
Click.
Bata, bata, basama namasa.
Bata. Oh, that's why.
Kabasa.
Baba.
Isa, a foop. Is a foopa foopa, a foop foop foop, hum num num, is a eep eep, eep eep, poom. I said, I was a buzzer, but
1 minute, 1 minute.
A foop. Oh, it's a foot. Oh, it's a foot, a foot. Oh, it's a foot. Oh. Oh, it's a foot. Oh, it's a foot. Oh, it's a foot. It's a foot. It's a. It's a foot, but what?
30 seconds.
Daba saba de doraba sa sarabara sa baraba askabasa saba daba da sa shanamana oh
10 seconds.
Askabara hadabasa oh
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That is time.
Flawless.
Woo! All right.
What
Get
are you
ready
doing?
For a 100% correct guess.
That's what I'm hoping for, buddy. Here we
I
go.
am watching The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Correct.
The TV that I am watching it on is none other than the Richard Gere, and I am the popcorn that I'm eating while I watch it is is the letters that Hamilton wrote.
You have 2 seconds to be any more specific as you can be.
The Federalist Papers.
Incorrect, Todd. Incorrect. You were watching Nightmare Before Christmas. I was reiterating what he got right.
Oh no!
Thank you, Pad for the steal and some more soda up your nose. What's happening? What are you doing? Oh,
Okay, I am watching The Nightmare Before Christmas.
correct.
The popcorn I'm eating is Lin-Manuel Miranda, and the TV I'm watching it on is Susan Sarandon in the movie Clue.
You are incorrect, Pad. Incorrect. I am so sorry. No, you were watching The Nightmare Before Christmas. Your TV was America's favorite darling, Sally Field, and the popcorn was indeed the Reynolds pamphlets, which means our final score is 21-15 in favor of the Beverly Molehills.
Just where we wanted to be, part of the plan.
Well, the plan has completely shaken out. We've gotten to see every single step, and it looks like the ending is that the Beverly Molehills have taken the entire match. Loyal fans, give it up for both of your teams. Let's start off with our second place team, the Downtown Chicago Bosses. Give it up for Nick Hasselbrock, Heather Scholl, and the captain of the Bosses, and the person who has chugged more bubbles tonight than anyone should, Pat Connolly. Oh no, oh no. And give it up for your winning team, your visitors in red, the Beverly Molehills. Give it up for Simon Collier, Todd Page, and the captain of the victorious Molehills, Ashley Victoria. She is Ashley Victorious. And give it up for your ref, Sparkle, Mariette Martinez. On behalf of myself and Ryan Ford, we thank you so much for tuning in. I have been Fiona Stevens, and we hope that you will join us tomorrow for our 7:30 and 9:30 matches, or at the Den Theater in person.